Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go live. Okay. I'll
Okay.
do a bit of an intro coming in. Welcome, Richie. We're back again. Now,
How are you, Jen? Okay, good to see you again.
well, hang on a minute. There's an old bag in the frame. What's all that about?
Well, I'm not one that I've ever talked about, but it is probably the pinnacle of the select few's Isle of Man golf career, the 7-Up bag. One I'm very proud of, having had to dust 30 odd years of dust from Barry's loft off it today, but it's still there.
So, come on, what era is that? Are we talking early 90s? Mid 90s, maybe?
I wouldn't want to be a bit bold about it, Jed, but that's actually the second one. You know, so that one would be the 1991 version and not the 1989 version.
Wow, so let's get this right. So this was all the juniors on the Isle of Man, and you lifted the crown. Is that right? You were the top of the Order of Merit.
I was, but depending on who you listen to, it wasn't about scoring. It was only because my dad was in charge.
Oh. Oh, I get you. A bit of jealousy, bit of rivalry, and we've got some sticks up the top there. They're not relics, though, are they? They're you.
No, they're me. Well, I own that little golf equipment now. I think I only own about 15 clubs. No, they're me good ones. I had to put it in there to stop it falling off the stool.
Well, you only need 3 clubs and a putter to get around Pulley anyway, I believe. So, but no, I can't say that. I can't. Not after that assault on Rowney you did on Monday.
Yeah, good performance, I think. We could have had a full house, or at least 5.5. Obviously, Paul Lowy took care of Skilly. But we've stood there watching them play the 18th. Paul still had to hold from 8-9 foot to secure the point. I believe Robbie Noon was very good. Yourself, I think 2-1 flatters you. And I think the young lad who stepped in at the end, Finlow.
Yeah.
Peter Knight's a good player. 6 and 5 might not be the best, but if you're going to improve, you've got to play these kind of guys that are going to test you, and you'll learn from it.
Yeah, it was Finney's first outing in the Scratch League, so well done, bit of experience, and watch Finney's handicap come down.
You could tell he was nervous there at the start, and his dad was there, and he looked a bit jittery about things. So, you've got to get the first one out of the way.
Yeah, I'll just let you into a little secret about Finney. He is at college in Coleraine up there, north round Portrush. And what he gets is membership at Royal Portrush itself. So during the time he's spent there, he's on the fairways about 3 or 4 times a week. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? So
that's fair dues. What is he?
He's 19. So listen out there is some merit in further education and studying and going away to college and university if you can get yourself a gig like that. So.
And if you look at the Manx Press this week, you don't have to pay back student loans.
Yes,
so
millions. But
you're all right. You still get a government pension.
I know. Well, have you seen the grey hairs now? I'm going to have to adjust these settings on this camera. I'll tell you. So we'll just move on. We'll have a look at the other scores. So just pull them up here. So we've got a couple of games to talk about. We'll talk about the KGB report, the KEB report. What's happened? I'm hearing a few things. I beg to understand.
Nicely done. There are a few whispers. few rumours going about, but I do actually I've got a statement from Ben Watson, King Edward Bay Scratch League captain. So prepared statement, which I will have to read, which is why I put the glasses on. Ben Watson has said, there are rumours of player issues at KEB Golf Club, and Monday's squad was slightly depleted. But this may give the opportunity for some of the younger members for the rest of the season to shine. By young ones, I refer to John McMullen and Jeff Skillicorn, but we are not too stretched to include the KEB golf manager, Charles Turner. I have nothing more to add.
Well, the proof is in the pudding. 5-1 score.
Yeah. Fantastic away win that for the Port. Chad, both Gandys winning. Andrew Horn taking care of Jeff Skilly.
Yeah.
Word did reach me that Horn treated everybody to a happy meal on the way home, just to try and secure a spot for the next couple of games. Another thing that Chad had said to me, he said it was great to have Craig Aston back on the scene playing golf again, and he was playing their number one on the week. He said Chad winning 3-1, 2 up with 2 to go. He said when they shook hands, Craig Aston didn't know how to phone Joe Crook Roofing or hit a provisional. It was so far down near the head. Yeah, good win for the Port, especially away. Be a while since they've taken 5 points off away from home off another side.
Exactly.
And it opens our eyes, Bank Holiday Monday at the Port. Looking forward to it when we go down there.
You must admit Castletown are going to be looking over the shoulder in the league table, because this Port team, it's got energy, it's got youth, hasn't it? Apart from Andrew Horn, of course, and Barnsley, and maybe Chad. But there's a couple of young lads in there. So I do like it. I do like the spirit that they've got. And winning the plate last year was, I think maybe the only sort of trophy they've won as a team. I don't know. But anyway, I believe the Friars are going to be on Monday night, and Douglas are going to get treated to a meal.
Yeah, that's it. Monday's looking good. I hope the weather holds. Trip to the Port with the boys that we mentioned before in the team is always good value. What could be better? Bank Holiday Monday, a couple of laps around the Port with the likes of Chris and Chad. They're putting some food on for us, which is good. I know they didn't do it for Rowney, so obviously we're further up the pecking order. If anybody from the Port is watching, I am looking forward to having nice 8-ounce medium rump with chips, pepper sauce, and I fully expect it to be served on a silver platter by Chris Barnes as butler.
So you'll be getting spuds and herring, yes sir. You will down there. Right, we'll head up west, and we had a game, Peel versus Mount Murray, and Anna Dawson in action again against Joe Rayside.
Yeah. Let's have a quick look at the scores.
Joe won 5 and 4, but it's going to happen. She's going to get a point, isn't she? It's going to happen, or 3 points.
Sooner than later. It's absolute quality. Said that in the last one we did of this when I played with her. You think, yeah, you're good. So that is it. Again, Mount Murray is strong. Where are we? Who lost? Stu Wallace, who just come back into the side. Yeah. Again, he's been on the fringe, 5, 6, 7, 8. Always been looking, put the scores in, got back in. Good player. Good goal for Stuart.
What about?
I know there was a.
What about the Island champ? He's there. He had another win.
Island. He did have another win. I think obviously the from what I can gather, I think the move to Mount Murray has been good for him. It's reignited a bit of passion back there. I believe he's really enjoying it, fitting in a treat with all the lads there. He's fallen in nicely into the WhatsApp groups, and yeah, I think it's been very good for Jamie.
How much have you been drinking tonight, Richard?
I'm only having because I'm just literally celebrating the title win tonight. I've got the football.
So have
also.
Let me see. So we've got Mount Murray, and they're playing on Monday, and they're hosting Castletown, which has got to be the game of the season so far. Must be. Do or die for Castletown.
Castletown are a good side, and I think it's up at Mount Murray, isn't it? You'd lean towards the home side there, but depending on what happens between us and the Port, it might put Castletown under a bit of pressure to actually, like you said, alluded to before, be into the top four. So, I can see it adding to the pressure at Castletown. You're always going to go with Mount Murray. They've been pushed. They seem to sneak through a few games. I know when they played Peel on Monday, Mount Murray, I think there was a bit of, not an issue, but there was a couple of... Mark Harry and Phil Christian, I think there was an issue around a double hit somewhere, and does it count one, does it count two? And I think there's a bit of chat about it, but sadly Paul McMullen wasn't in the side, and he's the king of the double hit. If he'd have been there, he'd have had the rule resolved. He's got a master's degree in him, he can hit him over his shoulder.
Did he get a couple of championships on the back of that? I don't know.
But again, they seem to, in a couple of the games, you look at the scores, they seem to be able to push out at the minute the 1-ups, the 2-ups, 2-1s. So
I do think that when they come to Rowney, we'll have a lot to gain by that, and they might have won the title already by then.
Well, they'll have won the group stage essentially before you get. So wouldn't surprise me, but we'll keep on going. The one thing I do like on the Golf Union website is the player rankings. So you can actually see all the people that have played in the league and where they are. And I think Lowry's top with 3, played 3, won 3. There's somebody on 2.5. There's an incredibly talented former 7-up winner, also on 2.5. But then you go down and propping up the table is Pike. He's now 3 from 3.
I know. He's going to struggle with that. He's going to struggle with that.
Get rid of him.
Listen, I've got some correspondence that came in, and there is actually a request to see a video of yourself hitting a tee shot at Mount Murray from the other week. So we'll just put that on the screen. Let's see how that...
I didn't like it. I've changed. I need to change. Terrible. Stance is too narrow and too rounded in the shoulders.
I disagree, but the actual the letter writer, who's anonymous at the moment, is asking, where did you get the Donald Trump hat from? What's the story of that?
It's not actually a Donald Trump hat. It's the red hat in tribute to Godfrey Kelly, who pioneered the red hat.
What was it? Free to bet?
Free to bet. Donald's third in line on the red hat.
Yeah. I remember that, free to bet. I love going to Peel and seeing the wooden sculpture on the first tee.
Yeah. It's quality.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Isn't it?
Yeah, and when I was down there to play in their golf week, I hadn't actually noticed it last year or a couple of years ago when I was down there, and it's superb. And I think, tenuous. Just whilst you're on about that, I think, as you said last time, it's Castletown's golf week. I think anybody who can at the weekend get to support. I'm going to try and get down Sunday myself, but then next week is King Edward Bay Golf Week, which is always well supported by sponsors, various local businesses and members up there. So I'm probably playing up there next Friday. There's a 4-ball on, but there's competitions all through the week. So it'd be good if people could get up and support it.
I'm going up on the Wednesday, all being well. I think there's a individual I enjoy, a lap up on the Rock. So I love it. All these golf weeks that we've got. I mean, the Castletown one is really well subscribed. I can actually pull that up on the screen. So you've got the Alan Christian, then the big one on Saturday, which is the Town Cup, Am Sunday, and then have a lazy bank holiday day out in the Simcox Stableford. So we'll give the King Edward Bay one a push with the full itinerary, but I think I was looking at it yesterday and I was eyeing up Wednesday for sure, and there's a couple of team comps, isn't there? Scrambles and the like. Everyone loves those.
Yeah, I'm going up on the Friday with Charlie Turner, and I'm sure we'll rope in a couple of other reprobates and make up before and go and play in the afternoon. So yeah,
well,
it'd be good to get out.
I've got a... I mean, I'm glad we're here when we're talking, and I've got this incredible dilemma. It is golf related, nothing else. It's nothing personal, by the way.
Okay.
But it's the cut-off for the championships and the handicap, and the entries have all got to be done by Sunday evening. Is that right? Yeah, it is.
I think, yeah. They're in Sunday and drawn Monday, isn't it?
And we're going to try and do the draw live. I don't know how, but that could be exciting. So anyway, just speaking about my own predicament, my handicap is 5.2. And that is resting very close to the cut-off. So what do I do this weekend? All I can play in is medals. We've got the Castletown Cup and a medal at Rowney. We've got a 9-hole at Stableford on Sunday, but if I go up 0.1 or 0.2 even, I could be squeezing me way out of that 64th place. Or do I play and maybe get down to 4.8, have a couple of good laps? What do you do?
It's an interesting one. You're not the only one. I know Wardy is in a similar thing. Wardy's meant to be playing 2 or 3 times over the weekend. He's on 4.9, 5 dead, thinking if I go up, I might not get in. Or do I don't know. It's a difficult one. It's all about the spirit of the game, Jed. What do you think is right?
Well, I've just seen the forecast, so it's not too clever.
You've got to pray for rain, don't you? I think we were looking at it, myself and Harry at work. I think there was 90 entries by about 5 o'clock today.
Yeah.
So there's obviously going to be a lot of disappointed people who don't get in. I thought, from what you hear, cut-off's going to be, last night was around 5.4. Then I put my form in late. I saw Carl Logan, who's off 2, 3 at Pulley. He's in. Danny Fowlis out of Ramsey. Danny's probably 4.5.
Yeah.
So the numbers that have come in later are pretty good, solid guys that are going to play. So that's kind of pushing the number down all the time. I'm thinking you're probably going to be around about 5.1.
I know.
It's up to you, Jed. You've got to think of the benefit of enhanced coverage if you don't get in.
That's true, yeah. I mean, if I get in and I go all the way through to the final, then the viewing public of the Isle of Man and the 3 viewers that are watching now will miss out, but I don't know.
In the final, it'd be my dad and a referee, and that'd be it.
No, I can only dream. It's my fault for being slack. I shouldn't have let it get to this stage, but there you go. But anyway, we'll cover happenings next week relating to the championship, the draw. Maybe we could have a little forecast on who's going to win. Maybe do a bit of predictions. But yeah, I tell you definitely. What, as we sit now, who's like your top 3 favourites? Who's in there?
From the people that have entered so far.
I know where you're going.
Yeah, because there's one multiple champion who hasn't entered yet.
Yeah.
I didn't Paul Lowry's name wasn't on the sheet. Do you know, I've always done this with my dad every championship. You look at the start sheet. I've done this for 25 years, and you pick out the names who you think was going to qualify, and then you think who's got a realistic chance. And this time, I think you're going to be going. You're looking at Robbie Noone.
Yeah.
You're looking at Lowy. Darrell, massively underrated in match play. His championship record is stunning. I think he's something like 14, 15 years on the bounce qualified. He's played 3 or 4 finals. You know, it's just, and his match play record is very good. You know, he's always there or thereabouts. Castletown's a kind of golf course. The way that Darrell chips it, you know, there's no fuss. He's well prepared, chips it well, puts well. He'll be there or thereabouts. Bullhead's the defending Castletown champion.
Yes.
And you know, the pride of Mount Murray, Jamie O'Neill's going to have a lot of trying to defend his trophy. He won't be far away. I don't think I've missed anybody there that you'd think, oh yeah, glaring miss that I've left out. So, but you don't know if we're going to go. If it goes straight through on a proper laddered draw, you know, you might, with no seeds, you might end up with Jamie versus Darrell and Lowy versus Kevin Moore, Robbie Noone versus somebody else, and you lose 3 in the first couple of rounds.
And,
you know,
and there might be a bit of injustice because Mount Murray's Jamie O'Neill, the Ireland champion, he could have a bad draw and he could be out, you know, before it's even got going. And, you know, carrying Mount Murray's hopes with him, that'd be so sad. I'll tell you a couple of tips.
Loro's predictions. You know, we'll get the first 32 games, and you'll take one pick each. You take left side, I'll take right side, and you go yes, no, yes, no. And then we'll see at the end of it who's got the most.
Well, from what I've seen already, Robbie Noone is crushing the ball really well. He's crushing it, and he's banging them in. And he's just looking very rounded, isn't he? Extremely rounded, very confident. But Lurkio, Paul Lowy, is on another planet at the moment, a different stratosphere in the interstellar universe of ball striking. He is incredible. And I'm putting him, he's in another galaxy compared to some of these players that we've mentioned. So whether he's just going through a very hot period at the moment, but just watch him. That's if he remembers to put his entry in, by the way.
So, yeah, it'll be, if you're going to go in my order there, I would go Lowy, Noone, Jamie and Darrell somewhere together, and then 100 to on the field.
Well, throw a Gandhi in for a shock. I think Patrick.
King Pat.
Yeah. Maybe it's the time he's gonna arrive on stage. So very quickly before we finish off, so the games on Monday, we've got Peel away at Rowney, and they will get some food. Holtzy's gourmet meals, Michelin star offering will be
Peel Rowney 4-2 to the home. It's a Peeler away at your place. 4-2 to the home team. Anna gets off the mark.
Yeah. Oh,
there you go.
Well, the thing is, I know where to put Mark in the batting order, don't I now? Just for fun. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Might be a good scalp for Anna, maybe. I don't know.
If it gets thrown out, I would sacrifice a point at Port St Mary to come and cheer Anna on.
So, and then we've got Castletown away at Mount Murray.
4.5, 1.5 for the Mount.
And yourselves, you're away holidaying down in the Southern Riviera in Barnesville. Barnesville Country Club.
Tighter than you think. We don't do great down there. 3.5, 2.5.
Yeah.
I think we'll make it.
Watch your back.
We'll sneak
there.
it.
Yeah.
3.5 2.5.
Excellent. Okay, well, enjoy the weekend, Ricardo.
City have just scored again.
You know what?
Never mind.
I was thinking about putting a bet on for 4-0. 4 or 5-0. And my son said, "Oh, shut up, Dad, you know. I shouldn't be talking about gambling with a minor." There we go. Okay, well,
right.
It was great to see the bag on show, and maybe you can show us something else of value next week. But I do like that. The 7-Up, there it is, 2 old relics together. So we'll say goodbye. Have a lovely weekend, and farewell from Golf Pirate TV and the Heron and Brearley sponsored Scratch League on the Isle of Man. Adios.